Hello, you're watching NewsX with me, Ria Dwivedi. Now let's take a look at the top story of the hour. A SpaceX rocket carrying a new crew has docked at the International Space Station as part of a plan to bring astronauts home. The astronauts were expected to be at ISS for only 8 days, but because of technical issues with the experimental spacecraft they came on, they have been there for more than 9 months. The Crew-10 team will spend the next several days acclimating to the ISS and taking over the responsibilities of Williams and Wilmore. The two astronauts have expected to return to Earth after a brief stay, but have remained in orbit for nearly 9 months due to technical delays with their return capsule. We have with us Ajay Sharma, research scholar, CSIR, joining us on the telecast. Ajay Sharma, thank you so much for joining us on the telecast. We're seeing that at this point of the time, the SpaceX Crew-10 mission has kicked off. What do you think this means for NASA and SpaceX in terms of the space exploration?
Yeah, thank you. Actually, we should see this incident as a great challenge and how NASA has handled this. So it is we all know that in last year June, the team gone to International Space Station and the mission was only for the 8 days. But due to technical issue, it was delayed and again delayed. There was some technical problem. They are not able to start the engines from which they were controlling from the NASA headquarters. But after when NASA got to know that now our astronauts are stuck in the International Space Station, so they planned different missions for that. But although we know that some mission delayed, but actually the problem is the cost of mission is very high. So NASA can't do this. The only mission any Crew-Dragon, Space Dragon spacecraft will go there International Space Station and astronaut will come back to Earth. So they have to plan accordingly. Now if we see, the Crew-10 mission is a replacement. Now the Sunita Williams will hand over the International Space Station control to Russian astronaut Alexei, and then she will come back with her colleague Butch Wilmore. So it is very inspirational and too much learning for other space agencies, those who are seeking to, especially for India, because India is planning to our Bharat Space Station, BSS, in 2035 they have targeted. So it is very important for other agencies also, and because the challenge, almost we are expecting that on 19th March, Sunita Williams and her colleague will reach on the Earth. In very good situation. There are still so many challenges, because the major challenge is when the Sunita Williams spacecraft Crew-Dragon 10 will enter in Earth atmosphere, which will be a very great challenge, and hope so. The experiments in combination, it's basically a program of NASA and commercially program with joining of SpaceX, which is honored by the Elon Musk. So one thing I want to tell you, at this time every space agencies is seeking, especially China, India, Russia, America. So it is very important, and hope so all the people of science community and other people are seeing that. And one thing very interestingly I want to tell you that so many people have asked me regarding this, either they have studied science or not, but they are basically communicating an event. This event is communicating too much, like that when she will come right or already or not. So many questions people are asking. It means that it is showing the universality of the science, this event. So hope so all people from science community are praying that she will come back.
Ajay, in terms of the hurdles that you have talked about, that when we're talking about that, they were supposed to be back within 8 days, and it took more than 9 months for them to be coming back to Earth. What do you think these hurdles are a normal thing when we're talking about space exploration, or is this something that was just limited to this project?
No, actually hurdles are normal thing in this manner, because the spacecraft which has gone to International Space Station with Sunita Williams and her colleague, which is called Crew-9 spacecraft. Actually, their engines are handling by NASA headquarters. But from NASA headquarters, engines are not able to start. One or two engines in initial stage was not able to start, because when a spacecraft want to come back, because if we see the process, International Space Station is there in a space. So when a spacecraft gone there, that will be docked. Docked means it will complete space station. But to leave the International Space Station, the spacecraft has to generate thrust with the engines, with powerful engines. So that thrust was not generating. There was also a leakage of helium. So the NASA decide that if we will do this at that stage, that we should try, because it's a very risky. We all know the incident of Kalpana Chawla. What happened, that very small mistake in spacecraft, and when enter in the Earth atmosphere, burnt, spacecraft totally burnt. So it was a normal thing when NASA and any other agency send their spacecraft. So problem are as usual. The main thing is how to overcome these problems. So it was a very major problem, but we all should congratulate to NASA and efforts, also to SpaceX. In that manner, they have handled this issue and tackle the problem, and hopefully they will do completely. On 19th March, we all will see.
Ajay, in terms of the challenges that will be posed once Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore will return, one of the key concern will obviously be gravity, and another is in terms of the bone density, and a lot of challenges that will be posed once they return to Earth.
Yes, there are too many challenges. Also, the challenges regarding the heart issue also, because the heart is pumping in microgravity, and then suddenly transfer heart come to the in a strong full gravity in Earth's atmosphere. So that issue also will be there, and is for that when the astronaut come back to the Earth, or they will land in Atlantic Mahasagar on the Mexico Sea. So the major issue will be they will be sent to rehabilitation, and because they will not able to walk, because they are in microgravity, their body has what we can say that their body has not ability from since 8 months. They are not walking on the Earth. They are just only flying in microgravity. But in gravity, they will issue. And so the most critical thing is 8 to 9 months in space and regularly facing the radiation. So the very common case of the cancer due to high radiations. So how they will doctors they will suggest, and doctor will check up their bodies. So it will take time, and they will send to rehabilitations for this. Very great challenge actually. Actually, I personally, what my opinion that when an astronaut decided that to go in the International Space Station on such spacecraft in space, so she or he, who is whatever the crew is going, so they anyhow they made their mind that maybe they will not come back to Earth. It is also a possibility. So this is the very crucial, we can say, the decision whenever someone decided to go in the space.
All right, Ajay, thank you so much for joining us on the telecast. Moving on.